Welcome to the Multimedia Club casts.
This week is a very special week.
Because we have a special guest coming to us from Discord, and we're all have headphones on. It's a big deal.
Well, he doesn't.
Well,
I don't have headphones. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's a rebel.
This is...
He's lying, everybody. Don't trust him.
That's right.
This is wheeledjustice, also known as Zachary. Do you go by Zach or
Hello.
Zachary?
I prefer Zach.
Yeah, I would too. I mean...
What?
I had a friend growing up named Zachary, and he went by Zachary, and it was just kind of, you know...
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's like awfully formal.
It is, yeah.
The question, how did he spell it?
Zachary, which I think is the same as yours.
Yes, it is. Good.
Yeah.
That's the best way to spell Zachary.
Right.
This is a great start.
Yeah.
Yep. If you spell it with a K, you're a little... If you spell it with a K, you're a lesser Zachary, and then if you spell it with an E-R-Y at the end, that's just bizarre.
E-R-Y?
That's right out.
I've never heard of that.
That's just right out.
That's stupid.
I was in Boy Scouts when I was younger, and there were 3 Zacharys in my troop,
Oh.
and we all spelt it different ways.
Yeah.
And one of them was Zacery.
What?
That doesn't make sense.
I've literally never
No,
heard
no,
of a
it doesn't.
Zachary spelled like that.
All right, so we're kicking it off with movies, music, or more names.
I say let's talk about video games briefly, because me and Zachary at least have one video game to talk about.
All right.
Literally
boy.
a couple minutes
My Little
before...
Pony Friendship is Magic, the video game. Got
Yes,
it.
absolutely. Is
My
there
favorite.
even a My Little Pony video game? I wouldn't be surprised.
I'm pretty sure there's multiple.
Oh wow. Okay. We should. Anyway, literally 5 minutes before I came over here, I was playing Doki Doki Literature Club, and I was getting right near the end, I think, and I was sad I had to leave.
Doki.
But I feel like it'll be. I almost thought the game would attack me if I quit out of it, but luckily it didn't. like an Undertale type situation, but
It's a huge... I forget. Do you guys swear in the podcast?
I don't as much. Josh does, but we have no rule against it.
I mean,
so go ahead.
I've even
Okay, it's a huge
started
mindfuck.
reducing.
Yes,
Oh, well.
yes, I agree.
Really, the best way to describe it. Like,
Yeah, like to talk about this, I don't want to get into like major spoilers, but I'll do a minor spoilers alert because the true nature of the game is not like what it's advertised as.
Mhm.
Well, kind of, because it has this trigger warning for Steam.
It's presented as a disturbing dating sim
Yeah.
visual novel, and
Yes.
that's a lot. That's a severe understatement.
Absolutely.
I guess.
It's it looks like a dating sim, just a dating sim visual novel, but it's actually one of the probably the most disturbing psychological horror games I've ever played.
It's one of those games where you mentioned Undertale. I feel the same way about Undertale. It's one of those games where you want to go into it knowing as little as possible.
Yeah. Like it's also one of those games you don't want to judge it by don't judge it by its cover, you know. You were talking, Zach, about how like you want to recommend it to everybody, but it's like, hey, play this Japanese dating sim, you know. It's kind of weird.
Right.
But it's like that's not what it is at all. I mean, that's what it is for a while, but it changes and things take a turn real quick.
If I described it that way, it would be like, what did you say it was called? Like, had a full boyfriend?
Yeah,
or
hot to
that
full
pigeon
boyfriend,
one?
the pigeon. Yeah, it's
That's
kind of
good.
like that. Except whereas hat to full boyfriend is hilarious, Doki Doki is traumatizing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And when he says traumatizing, like, it's stuff that will legitimately stay with you. I don't think I will ever forget this game.
For sure. There are images from it that are just burned into my brain, and I don't think they're getting out anytime soon. So.
And I know nothing, so I'm eating pie.
Yeah. Yeah, you should check it out, Josh. It's free on Steam, and I think you'd really like it.
I plan to. I just didn't have enough time before this
Yeah,
started.
yeah.
I thought you were going to say you didn't have enough money.
That's also true.
Yeah.
What you should do is you should download it and play it while we're recording the podcast.
Absolutely. It's like half
All right.
Digibaka, half podcast.
I'm on it. Let's do this.
So
Digipodcast.
Digipodcast, right.
Digicast.
I have no real other games to talk about. That's just I wanted to briefly mention that's an insanely good game and everybody should play it.
I've been playing Batman Arkham Knight still.
Oh, cool. Right.
And it's still fun.
Yeah.
Just a quick update.
Oh, actually, I've been playing Batman Arkham City. I just forgot about it.
It's like our lives revolve
I-
around the Batman series.
Yeah.
I've been playing Super Mario Odyssey, so that's kind of like Batman, I guess.
Same thing.
Yeah,
Fine.
yeah. I've been playing Justice League, the movie. That's kind of like Batman.
Yeah.
Which is another thing we're going to talk about. But I just want to say the remaster for Arkham City is just okay. Honestly, if I had a recommendation, it would be buy the original and not the remake because it's cheaper and better. They actually kind of downgraded the graphics a little bit and everything looks super weird.
I didn't know they remastered it.
Yeah, they did a pack where they remastered Arkham Asylum and Arkham City, and it's called Return to Arkham.
Huh, okay.
And the Arkham City remaster, it's just... I think they tried to make it more comic booky.
Was that a train?
Did you guys hear that?
Did a train just
Sorry.
pass by?
I don't have any trains nearby.
That was my phone.
Yeah.
I forgot to mute it.
Yeah, no, that happens to me. Actually, I'm going to mute my phone now.
It adds character. It's fine.
Yes.
It's fine.
So yeah, not a very good remaster, and it's I got it for $20. You could probably get Arkham City for like a lot less than that if you get it on like the 360 or something.
$5 to $8.
Yeah, I would recommend that instead if one hasn't played Arkham City, because it's just not a very good remaster. The only the frame rate's really good. That's the only thing I can say about it. It's like Arkham City on a console at like 60 FPS, and that's good. But the visual aesthetic of the game is completely different.
I actually watched this really cool video essay earlier today by this guy named Frustrated Jacob. He's really good, but he was talking about how the graphics in video games just aren't as important as they used to be because we aren't making huge enough leaps anymore in, visual fidelity.
Right, yeah.
We're not going from Mario 64 to Super Mario Sunshine anymore. We're going from Super Mario Sunshine to Super Mario Galaxy.
We were actually just talking about this yesterday at Perkins.
Yeah, how Arkham Knight is technologically far superior to something like Arkham City, but it doesn't. It loses some of its character, and it doesn't look particularly better, despite being like almost 10 years newer.
Well, yeah, and we talked about Dark Souls with how just with textures they ended up being so intricate, even though they have less polygons technically.
Yes. And I know what you mean, Zach, because it's we've kind of hit a wall where we're at like a point where video games are kind of stagnating graphics wise. Like we can improve little things here or there, but there's not like any huge technological leaps anymore. It seems. So yeah, that's definitely kind of a thing.
He actually specifically brought up Super Mario Odyssey, where he essentially looks like a shinier version of the Mario from Super Mario Sunshine. He's that Mario, but with better textures on his overalls and realistic looking hair.
Yeah, basically.
And that it's all about innovations in the gameplay nowadays. And the way I look at it, if a game, technically didn't look all that great, but was a lot of fun to play, I'd rather have that than something that looked shiny and new and ran like shit.
Yeah. No, graphics aren't all that important, especially not these days.
Well, yeah, you had Hat in Time just come out. Graphically, it's nothing to look at, but It certainly is, this big thing that's just kind of blown up in the past couple of weeks or months.
And it's still not on consoles, might I add. I think that needs to be fixed immediately.
I have an older computer, so I've actually had to lower the graphical intensity of A Hat in Time. So it kind of looks like an early PS2 game, and I feel like that's fine for me given what game it is.
Yeah, right. I mean, if it looks like an early PS2 game, it'll just remind you of, like, Jak and Daxter, something like that, or, like, Ratchet and Clank.
Mm-hmm.
Brings you back to the good old days of collectathons, not ukulele. Which is apparently really bad. I never played it.
About it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's Banjo and Kazooie creators just made a really bad Banjo Kazooie.
I still haven't played ukulele. I was waiting to get it on the Wii U, which has now become waiting to get it on the Switch. And
yeah.
Just because, it's a Banjo-Kazooie game, it needs to be on a Nintendo console. But by this point, I'm not sure if I even care enough.
Yeah, no, I've lost all interest in it. I was kind of fascinated by it because I liked games like that growing up. I've never been what you'd call a Banjo-Kazooie fan, but I've always been fascinated by them. And then it came out and everybody hated it. And then time went on, and it's like, it's on sale, but do I really care enough to pick it up? And I've just been thinking, not really.
From what I've heard, I don't think it's hate-worthy. I think it's just kind of like, if you like Banjo-Kazooie, it's more of the same. And if you don't, then you're not going to like it. It doesn't do anything new.
Right, yeah. And I think for fans of the series, their expectations are so ridiculously high that anything would disappoint them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, it's a case of, like, you can't win, It's like, how long's it been since a Banjo-Kazooie game? Like, a real one. I'm not talking nuts and bolts here.
Probably Banjo-Tooie.
Yeah, so, it's like, clearly it's highly anticipated, and if it's anything other than a masterpiece, everybody will be like, oh, it sucks.
That Game Boy Advance one that nobody remembers might have come after that.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was one on Game Boy Advance, honestly.
Yep. I owned it. I can't remember the name of it, though. I think it's just, it's Banjo-Kazooie Grunty's Revenge.
Oh, cool.
Good.
Came out in 2003.
Yeah, that's not as old as I thought it would be.
So, and this is a pretty common argument, but I do actually agree with it. I think one of the most innovative, interesting, and unique games to come out in the past decade is Minecraft, and it's not because of the graphics. It's because of everything else about it.
Like the open world sandbox, kind of no actual objective, where it's just your own world to create and play in.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can see
I'm not physically, it's weird. I'm not able to play Minecraft. I don't like that kind of game, and the game itself, something about it just triggers anxiety in me.
Yeah,
but I do appreciate it for what it is, and I do appreciate that it brought, light to the fact that indie games can be just as popular, if not more so, than regular games. Yeah. And that you don't necessarily need an objective to make a good game. Or an epic storyline or graphics or anything like that.
Yeah, no, Minecraft was made by, pretty much just one guy, right? And it became just this Goliath in the gaming industry. Everybody's played Minecraft.
I mean, the biggest YouTuber out there is still Minecraft YouTubers.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Which, isn't something to be, excited about, but it just shows how big of a deal it actually is.
Yeah, exactly.
That baffles me. I love Let's Plays. I can't understand watching somebody play Minecraft.
Yeah.
It's so zen. And it's all about your personal experience that watching somebody else do it just sounds boring and pointless.
Well, you can do something like what Achievement Hunter does, and they just always try to ratchet it up with crazy mods and whatnot. I think they're almost 300 episodes into their Minecraft Let's Play, and each episode's an hour long.
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, so they're... And it hasn't been good since about... like episode 50 or so, in my opinion. It's really jumped the shark. But you know,
have you been keeping up with it though?
not really. I checked back in with it a couple months ago just to see where they were, and it's like still going, huh? They're same old. But
Fair
yeah,
enough.
it's if you like that kind of thing, you know. Yeah,
So,
I think for Minecraft it comes down to it's not so much the game, it's like the personalities playing it. I think that's what makes a lot of these popular.
yeah. So we got one more big video game topic to talk about today. Unfortunately, Star Wars Battlefront 2.
Right.
Again, not my type of game, but
Yeah.
I know a lot about it because it's a glorious train wreck right now.
Yeah. So the thing is, here's the thing. A few episodes back in the podcast, I was defending Battlefront 2 because the beta hadn't been out yet, and I was like, you know what? I think EA's learned their lesson because they're giving us a single player campaign, and it's not going to be as like incomplete. And then EA's like, we patched those holes, but we made a few new ones in the process, and now everybody's upset all over again.
I remember how good that E3 presentation was. I actually almost got interested in it.
Yeah, and you're not even really into
about
like shooters.
Free DLC and a more in-depth storyline and new modes, and it sounded like they had learned from, they had learned from what Nintendo was doing with Splatoon specifically, and they figured, you know what? Let's try to be good people for once. But nope.
Yeah, right. And then the controversy is now there's certain characters that even if you've purchased the $80 version of the game, you can't unlock certain characters other than paying for them further or spending a ridiculous amount of time playing the game to unlock them.
Yes, and this has actually been adjusted, and people did the math. It would take over 40 hours to unlock a new hero.
Which spawned a huge meme.
It did.
Like Anakin saying to I forget his name, Mace Windu, like I'm not grant me the rank of Jedi Master, and Mace Windu saying, sorry, you haven't played 40 hours yet, that kind of thing.
Oh boy. But yeah, so I know EA came out and they've apologized, they've done all that, not that it helps at this point in time.
They half-handedly apologized.
It was like a Kevin Spacey apology.
Yeah.
It was like, we understand you're upset, but here's why we did it, and we don't care. You know?
But they
did it to give people a sense of satisfaction.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. They did end up reducing the in-game cost of all characters by a lot, from what I've heard. And now they have taken out any in-game transactions for the time being, and they will be put back in eventually, so you can still play to win later on.
Their strategy here
yet.
is kind of they take it out until like controversy dies down, and then they'll just quietly put them back in when people have stopped caring, basically.
Yes, that's the idea.
Yeah.
And the free DLC will have more characters locked behind it.
Is that Disney contacted EA, and they were royally pissed off about what was going on.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And they're the main reason why EA wrote that half-assed apology, and they're the main reason why they decided to temporarily remove the loot boxes.
Okay, so
that's fantastic.
It wasn't even the customer outrage; it was Disney. All right.
Well, you know, if Disney can make EA a decent game company, color me impressed.
They can't. That's like. What, an EA, a good game company? Are you kidding me? Not even Disney has that power.
I don't know, man. Disney's been growing as all could be.
I mean, yeah, Disney's purchasing... What's the big company they're trying to purchase now? I forget.
21st Century Fox.
Ah, yeah.
Really?
So they're going to own everything in a few years.
Holy crap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. But yeah, so Battlefront 2, don't buy it.
Yeah, don't pre-order it. It's out now, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Nobody who uses
supposedly a buggy mess.
Yeah. Oh. Wow, that's EA for you. Well, I guess Dice
for the holiday season.
Right.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at it because after that first one threw me off the bridge, I'm gone. Bye.
Yeah. I was willing to give it another shot, but it looks like it's not worth my money, so...
I'll go pick up a PS2 and the original Battlefront 2, and we can play that.
Because they...
that game was my jam as a kid.
Oh, yeah, that's such an amazing game. And did they recently reopen the servers on PC?
That's, if I remember correctly, yeah, I believe they did.
So
there was that huge outrage again from the community who just wanted to keep playing it.
Yep.
You know what Disney should do? They should stop letting EA make their games.
Yeah, really.
You know, EA just should stick to, like, football and hockey.
Get, like, Naughty Dog on it or something. Or,
yeah,
like,
there you go.
God, that would be great.
Like a company that knows what they're doing.
They could actually make the open world Uncharted type experience that Visceral was going to make.
Yeah, right, with the Star Wars 1313 or whatever.
That could be cool.
Yeah.
So get on it.
Yeah, get on it, Naughty Dog.
You know, because you listen.
EA should stick to their sports. Maybe we'll let them keep The Sims and Titanfall. Why not? Because nobody cares about Titanfall.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Talking about how graphics are better than gameplay and hating EA, I think all of our checks are met for video game talk. And
I think so.
It's kind of I don't have a good segue. Do you want to jump right into movies?
Do you want to talk about sex scandals again?
Oh boy. I had sex with a dog earlier today. I'm not proud of it. It is a scandal. I'm apologizing, but I don't care. Shout out to dog.
I am now choosing to live as a dog lover.
No.
As I said that, your two dogs ran out of the room.
That
was perfect.
Now you've done it. You've scared them off.
Oh, wow. All right.
All right. Well, as of movies, because no, we're not talking about sexual scandals this week. What do you got, Colin? What's on your movie?
I have a thing that's been on my mind a lot. This could be more me just ranting, but well, first of all, you guys have seen the Incredibles 2 teaser, right?
Yes. Yep.
I'm excited for that. However, I have one thing to say about it. One of the greatest things about The Incredibles that makes it stand up today as an excellent family movie is that it didn't pull any punches when it comes to its message. There's that great scene of Mrs. Incredible talking to the kids, and they'll be like, I know you're kids, but if the bad guys find you, they will kill you. And I admire that kind of, like... It for the time, it was kind of shocking, because, like, growing up, that was the first movie that I saw that was like, oh, wow, that's a pretty heavy message. And there's plenty of things, like spousal disputes, like fearing that your husband is unfaithful, that kind of stuff. It was a pretty mature movie, all things considered. However, its sequel is coming out in a day and age where movies like the Lego Movie will be shunned for having anti-capitalist messages, and movies like Minions will be praised for being just mindless noise. Yeah. Everything's... The term that I use a lot is... or the term that I've heard a lot is they're sanitized kids' movies nowadays.
Am I funny yet? Banana. Are we funny yet?
Yeah.
Did we get the views?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Minions, if you couldn't tell. But
they have so many poop jokes. They're hilarious.
Yeah, right. And
one's named Dave, I think.
I couldn't tell you. There's the one who's fat.
Oh.
I guess they're all kind of fat.
I relate.
They're little yellow pills.
Which one is the yellow one?
Yeah.
That one.
But no, anyway, the whole thing I was getting to with Incredibles 2 is that I would very much like it to not be that. I want it to be just as hard-hitting as The Incredibles was. The most disappointing thing this film could do is if it's completely sanitized. Like, the message is like, oh, love your friends, like... love your family, like, not that that's a bad message, obviously, but I kind of want a little more grit to it, like the first one had. That's my only, like...
They've only released that one teaser so far, and if that's the only thing we have to go off of, then I'm legitimately afraid that there is not there's not really going to be a message. It's going to be, here's a wacky romp with Jack Jack. He has powers now.
Exactly. That's why that teaser worried me, because it's like, it's just minions. It's just like colorful noise and motion, you know? It's not like, there's no substance to it, you know? And it may seem pretty stupid for me to say, there's no substance to it, but it's meant to be like a family movie. But I believe family movies can have substance. I mean, even if most studios these days don't.
Yeah.
Family movies can definitely have substance. Again,
Yeah.
look at the Lego movie.
Exactly. The Lego movie's excellent. It's got a great message to it, you know? And then anti-conformity and all that. And apparently it angered some parents because it puts communist propaganda in the minds of children.
Rightfully so.
Yeah. Anti-conformity, and anybody can be special. Anybody can be the special if they try to be.
Exactly, yeah. And so I'm just hoping that Brad Bird's behind Incredibles 2, right?
I think so.
I'm hoping if that's the case, he channels what made The Incredibles great, and he doesn't go the, like, Tomorrowland route of just, like, random...
Yeah, it's Brad Bird.
Yeah, okay. Well, that gives me a little bit of hope, because, you know, he made The Incredibles great, and he made Iron Giant, which is equally great, and he made Mission Impossible 4, which is great in a different way, but still pretty great.
Simon Pegg.
Yes.
Then he made Tomorrowland, which was kind of mediocre.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that he kind of like comes back from Tomorrowland and does something incredible with this.
Oh no!
I didn't even intend that, but you know, just roll with it.
All right, let's not talk about what Colin just did. Movie of the week. Let's see, what do we got?
Who wants to start?
You
want me to start?
No, I want Zach to start.
Zach, start. Okay.
No, I want you to start.
Oh yeah, I should start because Zach has like backups. I don't.
Yeah, I have backups.
Okay, my movie of the week is a pretty easy choice because we just watched it at Movie Club. It's The Princess Bride.
That's good.
The reason it's my movie of the week because it occurred to me while I was watching it in Movie Club. It is a flawless movie. I cannot think of one single bad thing to say about it. It's like the perfect fairy tale. Like, I would show it to my kids in an instant if I had any, and I would recommend it to literally everybody on the face of the planet because it's so great.
We can make that happen.
Oh. Let's go to the adoption agency right now.
We just need to, like, get this on national airwaves somehow.
Yeah. But yeah, no, like, I loved The Princess Bride growing up, and I had this moment when I was, like, old enough to appreciate film that I went back and I rewatched it, and I was so afraid that it would not hold up, and it's perfect.
Dude, that's just inconceivable. I'm gonna leave.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Oh, wow. Let me explain. No, there's too much. Let me sum up. Oh, I'm rambling as always when I pick my movie of the week, but it's just an incredible movie. I can't say enough good about it. Yep. Now the word incredible is going to be ruined for me because
yep.
It's hilarious.
It's always going to be a pun.
Yeah, always.
Whether you mean it to be or not, whether it even works in the context, it's always going to be a pun.
Like, even if I'm actually meaning it by, like, somebody tells me something that doesn't come from a credible source, and I'm like, that's incredible.
Right. And I'm just going to be behind you with the ready.
Perfect. So, Princess Bride, the thing about it is it has literally everything. It's, like... It's exciting, it's funny, it's romantic, it's action-packed. It's even a little scary. When I was a kid, it kind of freaked me out. And when they got to the swamp with the rats, and it's everything. It's the perfect movie, I think. So
ROUSs? I don't believe in them.
I don't think they exist, and then gets immediately tackled by a massive rat. Just the comic timing is perfect.
Yeah, it brings me back to... I think movies like that are the reasons why I can't sit through movies nowadays without laughing to myself, because I'm just imagining crap happening like that.
Yeah, right.
Like when we were watching Superman, Batman vs Superman a while back, and they're hugging in the field, and it's just this real quiet moment. Thrower.
Yeah.
Just crap like that always
I
pops
actually
into my
remember
head.
that. That is the funniest thing that's ever happened to me in my life. It was so serene and so quiet, and he was embracing Lois, and Josh like leaned over to me and whispered, "Thrower." It's like, oh wow, I made that scene a lot better.
It's by far my favorite thing to do in all movies ever, and it makes for really, really dumb things because I just start laughing for no reason in movies.
Absolutely. Speaking of laughing for no reason, what did you guys think of Justice League?
Well, is this what we're doing? We're jumping right into it?
Sure, why not?
Okay.
All right, cool.
Oh, wait. No.
What?
No.
Do we want to finish?
Crap.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the only one that did a movie of the week, and now I'm trying to go into Justice League. I should just leave for a bit. You know what? My opinion's the only thing that matters on this show. Everybody knows that.
That's right.
So, let's say, Zach,
I don't
you want to
even know why I'm here. I should just disconnect.
Yeah, exactly.
In fact, me too. Colin, take it away.
Right, yeah. It's a solo podcast now.
All right, Zach, what do you got for movie of the week?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're the only Zach I
No,
know.
the other Zach.
Oh, it cut out. I didn't hear the Zach part.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
I just saw Wonder in the theaters.
All right.
And Wonder is a movie about a kid who has some kind of facial deformity. They don't really say too much about what it is, just that his parents have genes that were incompatible with each other and caused a birth defect. And it's all about him and his family and even one of his family's friends trying to just their life based around him. And I'd say it was a really good movie. It was an above average movie. Although there were a couple of times where, for the listeners who don't know, I have spina bifida, I have a disability, I'm in a wheelchair, and there were a couple of moments where it felt kind of patronizing, like, you know, let's celebrate the fact that he's got a disability. Let's say he's brave and he did a good job because he's got a weird face, and that kind of made me mad. But other than that, you know, I thought it was an above average, well acted, well written movie.
Yeah, I don't want to be too presumptuous because there's things wrong with me, but I don't have a physical disability. But I would like to imagine that for those with physical disabilities, you don't want to be like centered out and like.
Some people do. I definitely don't. One moment, guys.
Oh, okay.
I'm recording. Okay, I'm good. All right,
that's good. I would imagine that, like you said, it'd be very patronizing to be treated in that way. It's like, oh, yay, you're disabled. You know, it's sort of, yeah.
So some people want the attention. Not to get too political, but like, it's almost like in the regards of how some people how some people of certain races want it to be a big deal, and some people just want to, like, you know, be a person regardless of race. It's kind of like that, where, like, some people want to say, like, I have a disability, I need to be treated differently, and some people want to say, you know, I have a disability, just let me be another person that doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, it's absolutely the same type of thing about race. It's about, you know...
Can you guys hear that?
Something in the background for you?
Yeah. Sorry, 1 sec.
Not really. It's not super distracting.
Time to record. No noise.
Laying down the law.
Yeah, the justice, if you will.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
Sorry, he's
yeah.
leaving.
Oh, it's okay. It wasn't super noticeable, but a little bit. Thanks.
I think the cars in the background on our house
There's
is
a
worse.
piano right outside of my door,
Yeah.
and
That'll do it.
He decided to play it as he was walking by.
Well, what we're talking about? Wonder. Anything else to say about it?
It's got Owen Wilson giving one of the more subdued performances I've ever seen out of him, which is interesting because he's usually a pretty subdued guy, like even when he's being funny.
Wow.
But he was really good. The main character, the Wonder Kid, I can't remember his actual name, but the character or the actor, but Augie is the character's name.
Okay.
He's played by by the kid who was in Room.
Oh right, I don't know his name, but I know what you're talking about.
And I feel like he's gotten worse with time. I mean,
well, he didn't really do a lot in Room, did he? He was just kind of
no, not really.
Yeah.
He just had to be cute, Yeah, exactly. Hello lamp, hello TV, hello wall.
Yeah.
In this one, he has to emote and do things and talk a lot. And there's also a bully who's just really obnoxious with, really over-the-top, stereotypical, obnoxious parents that kind of, I can't decide if it's something that would happen, but it still felt unrealistic, if that makes any sense.
Right.
But I don't really have much else to say about it. It's a movie that was well made, that was above average, but I don't feel like it's a movie that people will remember for years to come. I've heard talks of it maybe getting a Best Picture nomination, but it would be like Hidden Figures or Lion, where it's one of those movies that's going to be nominated for Best Picture, but nobody's going to watch it unless, say, their teacher puts it on or something.
It's one of those movies that's designed to be nominated for Best Picture and will be nominated for fear of backlash if it's not.
Yeah, that kind of thing, definitely. Yeah. It's a teen movie. It's based on a young adult novel. But it's definitely going for an award of some sort because it's about a kid with a disability. And as much as I hate to say it, whenever there's a main character with some sort of disability, that movie is usually going for some kind of critical or award recognition.
Yeah, I completely agree. And it's kind of unfortunate, in a sense it's like raising awareness, but in another sense it feels kind of like exploiting it for gain,
right.
So, yeah.
As much as I complain about Spotlight, which won Best Picture a couple of years ago, I didn't feel like that was exploiting the subject matter, which was a good thing. You know what I mean? They did that well, at least.
Yeah. The problem with Spotlight, it was a boring movie. Is the issue with it? But it didn't really feel exploitative. It was very. It was handled pretty well. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
This actually
still didn't deserve an award, though.
No, absolutely not. I mean, Best Picture nomination, sure. Did it deserve to win? Absolutely not. What was it going against? Like The Revenant that year, right? And
The Revenant was that year, I believe.
Yeah.
I can bring that up too.
In my mind, The Revenant should have won.
Yeah.
But
I'll keep looking this up. We can move on if we want.
Yeah, Josh, you want to talk about your movie of the week?
My movie of the week is going to actually jump right into Justice League after this, which is... segues all around. Love it.
Oh, yeah.
My movie of the week is Dazed and Confused.
Ooh.
It's a high school, junior high, coming-of-age story. Very much attributed to the, like, weed film genre.
Right.
But it was early on, you know? It was kind of the head, kind of all this.
I love high school girls.
Keep getting older, they stay the same age.
Same age.
All right.
That was Matthew McConaughey in his prime.
In his prime?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, boy.
Oh, boy. But yeah, no, you know, Matthew McConaughey as the one and almost only notable actor in that entire movie, other than Ben Affleck.
Mm.
I mean, it had a few others
Now
that nobody I
it's
care
a
about.
segue. Okay.
I think Mila Jovovich is in it.
Is she really?
Is, yeah.
Wow, I've never seen her not killing zombies.
But like I said, the one and only. I don't know. I don't really know what she does. I haven't really seen any of her movies.
She was in The Fifth Element, right?
Yes.
Oh, she was.
Yeah.
She was Lilu.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was half-naked bandage lady.
Yeah, right.
Let's see, who else? Jason London, Cole Hauser, Parker Posey. I don't know most of these people.
Yeah.
Adam Goldberg, Joey Lauren Adams, who would go on to be the main character in Chasing Amy.
You do know who we do know, though. Anthony Rapp.
Yes.
Oh.
I didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
Yeah, he's in here, and he did a good job. Moving on.
Yeah.
Ben Affleck was in there. He spanked some kids. And that.
But did he spank Anthony Rapp? Was there any crossover?
Oh boy. I didn't want to be the one to bring it up.
Oh, that's awful.
No, I think they were partners in the crime. I think they both spanked little kids. But hey, you know, it's been a while since I've seen it. I should go back.
Yeah.
It's just, you know, it's a good movie all around. It's just a fun little romp. I believe everybody should give it a go.
Yeah.
It's funny how Matthew McConaughey, you know, being attracted to high school girls, and he is not going to be the one who is the creepy one in the movie.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, you know.
It's a shame Kevin Spacey wasn't in it.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Here we go. You know, if this is just gonna like go to this you know, we can hear the dog licking your hand, right?
I don't care. If our love is wrong, I don't want to be right.
Oh boy. Oh. So Justice League.
You say hand, but I know what it really is.
Oh no.
Yeah, Lucy's joining us now. Hello, Lucy.
She has a bow tie and everything.
Yeah, Josh has a dog who has a bow tie on her collar, and it's just the most adorable thing I've ever seen. And she's, what kind of dog is she?
A mutt.
A mutt, okay. A mutt of what?
Mutt?
Okay. So you don't even really know what breed
No,
she is?
she's miscellaneous. We know she has some beagle in her.
Ah.
So other
She's
than
pretty
that,
big for a beagle, though.
yeah, just a little bit of beagle.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Anyway, enough about this invisible dog, because this is an audio show.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about the...
You could always edit in a picture.
Yeah, sure, I suppose I could. All three of us have seen Justice League now.
It's true.
Yep.
And I've refused to say my opinion on it, and so is Josh on Discord, and we're revealing that information now. And it was... Okay.
All right.
That actually sounded really funny, because there's a slight delay on our end, so like we said, it was okay, and then you're just...
Oh,
Yeah.
Sorry,
No, it's
wrong. I
fine.
forgot about the delay.
Yeah. No, it's fine. It actually was funnier, I think.
Actually, you know, I'm just going to take that as the inaugural banging of the mic right there. So, congratulations. You're officially part of the podcast.
Yes.
All right.
Yay. That has to be...
When do I get my check?
Good luck.
Well, look, you're going to find it in an unmarked box.
It'll come with the pie.
Yeah.
Sweet. Can't wait.
It'll come in the pie.
Money pie, my favorite.
The best flavor around.
So, Justice League was... I was expecting it to just be awful. And even after I was hearing everybody say it was okay, I was still pretty skeptical about it. And I came out of it and I'm like, not bad. It was pretty fun.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. I had a good time with it, which is like, it wasn't amazing, but there were moments that I will remember positively.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of really cool, like, the action was pretty fun. And I should say, me and Josh saw it in 3D, which was an interesting experience.
Actually,
right.
The context
How dark
of all
was
of it.
Very dark. It felt like I was watching the movie through sunglasses.
Oh, because you were.
Yeah.
But the context is I'm taking a college class right now called graphic novels, and it was actually considered extra credit to go see it, but it had to be in this theater at this time in 3D, or it didn't count. So we did, and I got extra credit for it.
The reason for that is because your teacher, that's how your teacher was seeing it, and you had to go to that exact showing so that he could see in person that you showed up, so he could give you credit for it.
Yep.
And he brought me along. And if you don't know me, I wear glasses, and I don't have contacts, and that makes 3D kind of difficult for me because I have to wear 2 pairs of glasses, one over the other.
But we did talk about this at the end. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
For about the first 30 minutes, my eyes hurt. But the whole rest of the movie, I hardly noticed the 3D. I just kind of got used to it.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad after a while.
Yeah.
That's my recommendation for 3D.
Okay. I mean, I certainly am not going to start seeing movies in 3D now because, it's just unnecessary. I'd rather not. But it was pretty cool.
Well, we're not going to see Rampage in 3D?
With the exception of Rampage, of course.
Of course.
When Rampage goes into theaters, they should send out like the arcade cabinet to theaters as well.
Yeah, right.
Set up in the lobby.
Yeah, in the lobby arcade.
No, set it up in the theater.
Yeah. Like, you know how like when people go into a movie and they grab the 3D glasses on the way in, you're required to play a couple rounds of Rampage before entering the theater, so you know what you're talking about.
You don't pay for the ticket; you pay for the rounds of Rampage.
It's to study the source material.
Exactly. It's to ease your mind over the fact that you just bought tickets to Rampage starring Dwayne Johnson.
Well, I don't know anything better to spend my money on. Are you kidding me?
I'm absolutely seeing Jumanji, but Rampage, I don't know. I don't know if you can make me.
I'm gonna make you.
All right.
Very exciting. I'm really excited for that to come out, though. Man, it just.
But closing thoughts on Justice League. You could tell when Joss Whedon took over a little bit, like.
Oh yeah. There's that fight, and at the end, like Batman's lying on the ground, grabbing his leg, and he's like, "Oh yeah, something's bleeding," and that was very Joss Whedon, and I thought it was incredibly distracting.
It's the whole movie had this thing that Zack Whedon.
Zack Whedon.
Who did it? You know,
Zack Snyder. Yeah, Zack Snyder does this all the time, and it bugs me. Zack Snyder is great at making shots pretty, but he doesn't know how to tie them together into a coherent movie. And Justice League did this too, where it's like set piece, set piece, set piece with nothing like tying them together. It's just every scene felt really isolated and weird.
My biggest gripe about the movie ended up actually being the exact opposite gripe of Batman vs. Superman. I hated everything that included Batman in it, and I actually thoroughly enjoyed everything that Superman had to do with it.
I didn't like Batman as much in this movie.
I didn't hate Batman in it. I didn't think he had as much as he did in BVS.
Yeah.
That his first scene was a little weird, though. Like, it didn't seem like him.
I actually...
I need your fear.
Yeah, I actually laughed at that scene when I first saw it because I misheard him. I was like, he was like, "What are you doing, man?" He was like, "I need your fear," and I thought he said, "I can smell it," because he said they can smell it, and then,
they can smell it.
But I thought Batman said he could smell the guy's fear, and I'm like, that's kind of a weird line for Batman to say.
You know, I wouldn't have put it past him though.
Yeah,
like if that was just in there, I'd be like, all right.
During that scene, the parademon attacked him, and my friend leaned over and like. He didn't know what the parademons were, and he's like, is that Blue Beetle?
Oh my god.
Nice.
Oh boy.
That would have been a weird cameo.
Yeah.
Blue Beetle as his fucking.
Speaking of
demon.
cameos, how'd you like the? There's a Green Lantern cameo, like briefly in that fight scene. That was kind of neat. I guess it's confirmed that Green Lantern will show up in this universe at some point.
Yeah.
My question is, if there were Green Lanterns involved in that fight, why didn't any of them take one of the mother boxes? Why did they leave them all on Earth?
Right. Yeah. That. Yeah. I don't know, because then the
Plot.
Yeah.
It's best answer.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, and also the bad guy's plan was to A, terraform Earth,
Yeah.
and B, shoot a big blue laser up in the sky. And I found that I almost wonder if it's getting self-aware at this point with the stupid contrived bad guy plots.
Yeah.
Because it's
Like, what if it's intentional? I mean,
yeah.
it seemed like a good introduction for, like, the kind of threat that the Justice League would take on. However, when you stop to think about the plot, it makes like the bad guy's plot, Steppenwolf, the video game antagonist, Steppenwolf. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess I can't say it doesn't make sense. I guess I could say it's incredibly vague.
Yeah, right.
Like,
that was the weakest part of the movie for me. Everything involving Steppenwolf. It was just I
he's
didn't
going
care.
to terraform the planet with metal tentacles sticking out of the ground.
Right, yeah.
Because
They had the
Dark
tentacles
Side's
too.
coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole thing about this movie is, you know what, it took itself a little less seriously than Batman v Superman did, and I think that's partially due to Joss Whedon. And I think that's
questions.
What?
One, what did you guys think of the opening scene with the cell phone footage?
That was weird. And not just because of Superman's weird lip that was CGI'd.
Yeah.
That was, I liked it because it shows a little bit of a lighter side to Superman. The issue with Superman in this universe so far is he's just like this brooding, edgy guy, and that's not really like what Superman's all about in my mind. When I see Superman, it's like, oh, he's this happy, he's this he's this completely just Boy Scout guy, you know, which is kind of lame, but that's just like what Superman is in my mind. And to make him this dark, brooding, like tormented guy in Batman v Superman, and then you have Batman, who is also this dark, brooding, tormented guy. It's just cluttered. There's no like contrast. Everything's just miserable.
What about Flash? He wasn't dark brooding or.
No, I'm talking about
tormented?
Batman v Superman.
Oh.
That's what Justice League kind of, there was levity to it, and I liked that. I mean, I like levity in superhero movies, believe it or not.
I am 110% down for the new Flash movie. I love him
liked Ezra
as
Miller
Flash.
way more than I thought I would.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was pretty solid in it. A lot of his lines were kind of cringeworthy in the sense that it's like
Yeah, the jokes didn't land.
they're trying a little too hard with him, but he did a good job. I don't hold it against him. I think it's the script's fault.
Yeah.
He did a very good job. I liked him in the movie.
Yeah,
I will say that sorry, keep going.
Oh, I was just gonna agree with him. Yeah. I love him.
I will say that I think the scene with his dad was a little stilted, forced, maybe.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It was just sort of,
I
it
mean,
was just there because it had to be.
You had 2 hours to introduce 3 new heroes. So yeah, that's my reasoning behind it not being so great.
Do you think all the heroes were given enough development on screen? Because me and Chris disagreed on this. I don't really think they were, but Chris says they did a good job with it. I'm just curious to hear what your thoughts are on it.
I thought that apart from Aquaman, they were developed pretty well.
Yeah.
I thought Flash got enough. I felt like Cyborg got enough, although he didn't they didn't do a great job explaining how much control the Mother Box had over him.
Right, exactly.
But I feel like apart from Aquaman, the character development was pretty good. I didn't seem to like Aquaman as much as most people are.
Yeah, I was kind of lukewarm on him, but I think Josh loves him because he loves that actor.
Jason Momoa is my favorite actor.
Momoa. God, that annoyed me.
I really like him. As soon as he jumps up, my man, I'm just like, ooh, yeah, he my man.
That's I thought of Rick and Morty. That's all that happened for me.
Oh, fair enough. But yeah, no.
He's incredibly intelligent because he's watching Rick and Morty.
Yeah, to be fair, you have to have a very high IQ to watch Rick and Morty. That's actually
Richard
all I
Morty.
remember. Richard
Mortimer.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Any closing thoughts on Justice League?
It was fun.
Fun.
It was not a masterpiece.
It was fun.
Is it a good movie? Not really. I mean, part of the fun about it is it's really stupid and ridiculous, and it kind of knows that.
And the green goo on Flash was god awful CGI.
Right. Yes, that's like the one moment of the film where like he gets splattered with green goo, and it's like, what is this, PlayStation 1?
Oh, it was real bad. That's the
Speaking
one thing.
Of bad CGI, Steppenwolf. That was going to be my other question.
Yes, Steppenwolf was pretty. He looked pretty god awful.
Yeah.
He really did.
One of my biggest gripes, actually, I never got around to talking about it, but there was points throughout the movie where I couldn't distinguish some of the bad guys between like Flash and like Cyborg because of how the armor looked on the Fly guys. So when they were hit, it kind of looked like, Flash was just hit and thrown up against a wall. When it wasn't, it was just one of the typical parademons. Didn't
really have that problem, but I can see you having that problem because... Well, I can see somebody having that problem because...
Thanks.
A movie like... a movie, that's another Zack Snyder thing. It's just like so much crap on screen that you can't like make heads or tail of it. And there were scenes that were like that in this, but they toned it down a little.
Yeah.
I liked them.
As far as it goes, there was only one spot where I was like, oh my god, did Flash just get eviscerated? No, never mind. It was just a parademon.
Yeah.
So, yeah, other than that, pretty fun.
Booyah.
Booyah?
Booyah.
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 Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
Teen Titans movie?
What?
Teen Titans movie. That'll be the next one? No.
Maybe? I don't know. Batman's an old man. Robin should be coming around. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah. Robin already died.
You know what? in this universe, Robin's dead.
You know what? Superman came back, so can Robin.
What if this is technically a different universe, a different DCEU, because it's later? They're like it's the same characters played by the same people, but they're starting over from here on.
Well, the Robin that died in this universe, is it Jason Todd?
I think so. So yeah, we've got Tim Drake and Damian Wayne coming up.
Yeah.
Well, and with Flashpoint, we can redo anything coming up, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
True. Flashpoint's just kind of like the reset button of the DC universe, right?
Yeah, which I'm surprised they're doing it so early.
Yeah.
Flashpoint was probably put early just in case things went downhill.
Exactly.
Yeah, probably. Which, I mean, they were until Wonder Woman and Justice League, so...
Mm-hmm. Honestly, I think I like Justice League better than Wonder Woman just because there was more, like... I don't know, it felt strangely more natural because it was unnatural, if that makes sense. It felt more comic booky.
Yeah, it felt very comic booky. And I agree with you. I liked it better than Wonder Woman.
And I still haven't seen Wonder Woman, so yeah, I liked it better than Wonder Woman.
Right. Yeah.
Did you like it better than Wonder Woman, the character in Justice League?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
What's your music of the week, Colin?
Yeah, I guess that about wraps it up for movies. I had Oscar talk in my notes, but we actually just did that
It's true.
because of Zach's picks. So
I actually
Yeah.
have something that'll wind right into Justice League going into music, so
you want to do song of the week first?
I'm ready to do song of the week first.
All right, go for it.
My song of the week is Icky Thump by the White Stripes, actually.
Nice.
Yeah, the original, not the remake that was put into the movie. That was alright.
Was it?
I think it was a remake.
No, it sounded like the original in the movie.
Was it the original?
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was the original.
Yeah.
Oh.
They did a remake of Come Together by the Beatles, if that's what you're thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was just plain old Icky Thump in the movie. That was kind of a neat scene, but it was like, okay. That's one of those scenes that it's cool, but it was just dumb, but
Yeah.
in a fun way, you know.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Icky, that's a good album, Icky
It is a
Thump.
good album.
Yeah.
You know, Conquest and Rag and Bone.
Yeah.
Ooh.
All pretty much every song.
Give it a listen.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot that.
Ah, okay.
Alright. That was pretty neat, wasn't it?
We did the rare. We talked about it before showing it.
Ooh.
Yes.
Format's all broken today.
Yep. You have anything else to say about it?
No. It's really fun. It's a good song. It really gets you in the mood to like drive way too fast.
Oh yeah, like every time it comes on when I'm in the car, I feel like accelerating. That's just that kind of song, you know.
There's a 12-car pileup today caused by the song "Icky Thump" by the White Stripes.
Yeah, speaking of car accidents, us movie club folks have been having some really bad luck with that recently. Sadie, otherwise known as Fashionable Death Wish, was in an actual car accident recently.
I will be right back. I'm sorry.
Okay, Josh, we'll be right back. Caterpie, however you pronounce her name, her username, she was almost...
Pretty sure it's supposed to be Caterpie.
Yeah,
because
Caterpie,
of
the Pokemon
thing.
yeah. She was almost hit by a truck, and then just today she was almost hit by another truck. So we're having bad luck with
both
motor vehicles.
18-wheelers.
Yeah, right. They're just they're out to get her, really.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's the worst superpower ever.
Exactly, you just attract 18-wheelers.
No matter where you are.
So
it's really hard to sleep at night.
Yeah, exactly. You're just trying to fall asleep, and then just out your window, you see the two headlights come on.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do you want to do your song of the week first? Actually, how about I do it first so that Josh can hear it from the bathroom?
Not in the bathroom.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, what was mine again? Okay, I remember. I'm good. I remember. It's by a band called Sloth Rust. The song's Crockpot. Take a listen. Sloth Rust.
Sloth Rust. Okay.
Yeah. The song's called Crockpot. Take a listen.
Don't shake hands with the lonely kids, 'cause I hear that shit's contagious. Yeah, yeah.
It's sort of Sloth Rust is a weird band to describe. I would call them something like punk. I guess you'd call them a punk band, kind of. indie emo punk sort of, but like not. It doesn't sound anything like the rest of the songs, but the bands by that genre I've been talking about recently. I can't talk today. It's an interesting song from like a rhythmic standpoint because it like goes slow and jumps to fast randomly, and it's just kind of chaotic and all over the place, and I like that kind of thing. And really good song. I don't have a lot to say about it, honestly.
High five.
High five.
High five.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, no, that's brief for me. I didn't have a lot lined up to say about it. So, you want to go, Zach?
Zach? Hello?
Have we lost Zach?
Hey, I muted my mic
Oh.
when I hit it.
Okay.
Funnily enough, my pick this week is that cover of Come Together from the credits of Justice League.
Nice.
Nailed it.
This is a very Justice League heavy episode.
It is.
I actually, you know what? I'm kind of glad you did that because that's not a bad cover. It's kind of cool, honestly.
Yeah, I really like it. You should probably take a listen.
There it is. Yeah,
Okay, I think I did that right. Whatever.
Yeah, you did that right. Literally, if there's a split-second silence, I can split it right there, so we're good.
Mm-hmm. I honestly, like, I keep listening to it. It's a good cover. It's infectious. It's got a lot of drum to it, which I think I really like.
What group did it?
What?
Do you know what group did the cover? Or if it is a group that did the cover?
I think it's just, what's his name that's always working with Zack Snyder, Charlie XL.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
It is... No, it's not Godsmack, but I guess Godsmack covered Come Together.
Yeah, they did.
Oh, cool.
It's a good cover.
It's Junkie XL and Gary Clark Jr.
Okay. It's sort of like techno, right?
What?
Oh, it's sort of like techno-y. I haven't heard it for a little bit, but like...
Oh, yeah, it's like a techno-y guitar club... Well, not quite a club mix, because it's not like, faster or anything. It would be pretty hard to dance to, but...
Yeah.
It feels, I guess the best word I could use to describe it is like dirty. It's gritty.
Yeah,
it's
right.
like it's a lot heavier than it should be.
Yeah, a lot of distortion.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say about it.
Yeah,
Just
doing
if
song
I
of
took
the week.
anything away from Justice League, it was that song.
Yeah, right. Yeah, doing
Fair
song of
enough.
the week's very difficult. It's hard to say a lot about one song.
Mm.
Well,
Especially when the song is only...
He's gone again.
is only what? We you cut out there.
I said, especially when the song is only 3 minutes and 12 seconds.
Yeah,
Fair
right.
enough.
Jeez, I'm all disorganized here. I've got 3 albums to talk about for music.
Oh, you're gonna have to hustle though.
I am.
Yeah, we gotta wrap it up.
Do we?
We do.
Oh, should I?
You?
How long's this been going?
This has been going for about an hour, but we gotta wrap it up. We got an important person coming, and the dogs are gonna go berserk.
Oh, geez. So we're gonna call this a little bit of a shorter episode, then.
Yes.
Huh? Okay.
Sorry
Well,
about that, Zach. We'll have you on next time.
Yeah, actually, do you
Okay.
want to be back next week, Zach, when we have fashion on too?
Yeah, sure.
That'd be kind
I'll
of fun.
all of the Broadway and
Yeah.
learn stuff first.
Okay, yeah. Well, so do you mean we have to wrap it up now, or can I talk about
We got
it?
a little bit. We
Okay.
can still go.
I'll real quick. I listened to 3 albums recently. One is Sleep Well Beast, the most recent album by The National. It's good but not great. It's really dreary and sad, but also kind of lively at certain points. It kind of reminds me of Modest Mouse. It's kind of forgettable though. It's not. It's a good listen, but yeah. Do you have anything to talk about for music, by the way, either of you?
I came home, and I've been listening to podcasts.
Got it.
Bam.
I
on
like
I don't know.
that end credit song from Justice League.
Yeah.
Hey, remember Justice League?
Yeah, remember
soundtrack.
Justice League? We should talk about that.
Oh yeah. My second album to talk about is the album Landmark by Hippocampus,
Oh,
which is an incredible album, very good start to finish, and I'm gonna listen to all of Hippocampus' stuff now because, oh boy, that's a good one. And
once again, coming from Minnesota.
yeah, Minnesotan band, and the third album is not a Minnesotan band. It's what's the name of it? Random Access Memories by Daft Punk.
Oh, how was that?
Ooh.
I literally just bought it on CD and I listened to the whole thing. Very good. It's a techno funk album, and I really like it. Honestly, I've had some songs from it stuck in my head recently. So yeah.
All right. Well, high five.
Well, that's it for me. It's kind of an abrupt ending, but it was a really fun having you on, Zach.
It was fun to be here. I'd be more than happy to do it again.
Cool. All right. Well, just a little teaser. Next week is going to be about musical theater, and we'll have
A lot of musical
a
theater.
lot of musical theater. That's probably what the whole episode will be about. 'Cause
I'll be
we'll-
clueless. It'll be great.
Yep. We'll have Zach and Sadie on, and stay tuned for that, and we'll see
We
how.
can talk about that new Steve Martin play with Amy Schumer and Michael Key.
Oh boy.
yeah. And
That's the thing that's actually happening.
the audio cut out for you, but it was Steve Martin, Amy Schumer, and who?
Keegan Michael Key.
Oh yeah, Keegan Michael Key. That's right.
Oh boy.
Yeah. We're gonna have to. Well, actually, as far as technical aspects go, today was gone pretty well. We've had a couple times where the mic cuts out momentarily, but it hasn't been too bad.
It's not awful.
Yeah, and the sound quality's really good. So
Yeah.
we'll have to do this again for sure.
We should.
And this is Colin, Josh, and Zach.
I had something I was gonna say.
You did? Okay.
I did.
We'll sit here until you remember it.
Okay.
Play Doki Doki Literature Club.
Yes, do that. And now I'm sad again because I'm thinking about it now. Oh boy. Ah, jeez. That game's so. Oh, that game's something else.
God, what was I gonna say? This is the worst. This is the absolute worst. Oh, I remember. Send me some goddamn emails. Bye.
You want to just end it on the bye? Sure. Okay.
Mm.